Coach said you scored a lot of points today. I want to talk about some of those plays and what was kind of working for you in the offense today.
I mean, I think today the biggest thing was we needed to focus on our operation. That was our first time operating under the 15-second cutoff through the headsets, so just making sure that we were lined up, ready to go, and practicing some of our tempo, staying ahead of the sticks, getting the ball out quick, being tough in the run game. And it was good to see us march down the field and score a couple times.
Who are some of the targets that have emerged for you guys that are standing out?
A lot of those guys, man. I really appreciate that whole room. It doesn't matter who we have in there. We do a lot of rotating right now. All of them are coming along. I like to see, the freshmen coming along. Cam Miller and Quisenberry have done a great job just showing effort and, just the fact that they believe that they belong in that room and they're coming and they're making their mark.
In your experience, how does the approach differ if you have a wide receiver room where you're spreading it around versus maybe a go-to guy out there that what you're looking for?
No, there's some guys emerging as some go-to guys. I'm gonna leave that to Saturdays, but no, it's really good just to it's a lot of reps. You got to work on getting reps with a lot of guys. It's not just 3-4 guys that we're gonna have out there. So all those guys getting in, rotating with the ones and the twos and getting as many reps as possible. So come Saturday, everybody's ready to go.
Obviously, your first time kind of going up against this defense. Obviously, you're not getting hit, but the rest of your teammates are. What did maybe some takeaways from that first team defense and really getting after it today?
No, it was good. I think it was our first live action of the camp. Yeah, so it's good just to sometimes in practice you can't really tell extra yards somewhere the stops are at. So it was good to just kind of see who can make people miss and who can tackle.
Stoops was talking about how he wants the young guys to take this seriously and treat it like a game day. You've been through a game day, but first game is going to be hot like this. It's going to be a really similar environment. How important is that to simulate in camp?
Oh, and I mean that's the name of the game. I think especially early on in the season, it's going to be hot. We play long games, so really just making sure that we're conditioned and ready to go 4 quarters.
What's it been like watching those battles in the trenches between the O-line and D-line?
I don't watch it much. I got a lot of other stuff to pay attention to, but it's nice to not have guys in my face all the time. So those guys do a really good job, and you can see it on film. They're fighting every day, so I'm excited for their group.
Coach just said that maybe the group that's maybe impressed him the most or maybe has grown the most in this first couple weeks has been the O-line. Have you kind of seen that as well? I know there's a lot of new guys, and you're new as well.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and I've said before that group just has done a really good job of coming together this whole offseason. In the spring and the summer. Doing their extra workouts, all these extra walkthroughs that they do. They take pride in their job, and from left to right, Pete, Jagger, Willie, and Farmer and Josh, they all do a really good job. So just really excited for that group. It's a really exciting group to play behind.
After those game-like reps today, just what do you like about your offense, and where do you still want to see some improvement?
Right. No, I mean I love a lot of things about the offense. I think that our run game is going to set the tempo, and as a quarterback, the run game is your best friend. So being able to just let those guys do their thing and manage the game, and then when my time comes to take shots and let those receivers make plays downfield, they'll be ready.
You talked about rotating guys in and out on wide receiver, but the O-line, that's kind of the goal too, to not have that drop off. Do you see that from the guys that are starting maybe to the guys that are subbing in?
What do you mean?
Do you see the continuity? There's no drop off when they sub
Yeah,
in?
no, both groups do really well. I took a couple reps with the second group today, and I was really happy with their urgency, getting up, getting set, and that I had a lot of time back there in the pocket. So both groups, as an entire room, they do a great job.
Zach, for you personally, what's your point of emphasis in this camp? What's the one thing you've got to get accomplished?
I mean, for me, it's just being a quote-unquote game manager, and it's just keeping my team ahead of the sticks. When coach calls shot plays, if it's not there, not forcing anything, taking my check downs, handing the ball off on RPOs when I'm supposed to, and just managing the game. There's big plays will come, but if you're searching for it, you can get behind the sticks quickly. So making sure that I keep us in third and short situations and taking yards when we need them.
How did you feel you played today?
It was a decent day. Started pretty slow, but I pride myself in my ability to respond. So to come back out and lead a touchdown drive and then a 2-minute drive to score was good.
Zach, last week in Fan Day, we saw the big connection with Willie Rodriguez and Mark. So you had several of those plays this week. Just how's that chemistry developing? What do you see from Willie?
Yeah, Willie's a dog, man. I love Willie. Big guy. We're both Cubans, so we got a little bit of that chemistry already. So, but no, he does a great job, and you can tell he takes a lot of pride in what he does. He's not okay with missing a play. He's not okay with if there's a play that he's supposed to make and he doesn't. He takes a lot of pride in his ability and his work. So he's been a great guy to play with.
Zach, what is it about your game that lends itself to Coach Hamden's offense and what you guys are trying to do?
I mean, I think it was a perfect fit. You know, like I said earlier, you know, just to come in and manage the game. You know, let my guys up front work and the running backs work, and then, you know, use my arm to push the ball downfield, and also just, you know, operating in our check system and being smart, being prepared, and knowing when to get us into a better play.
When you're not in, what have you seen from Cutter, and what kind of steps forward is he taking in camp?
No, Cutter's awesome, man. I told him, he reminds me of my young self, which was a very long time ago. But no, he comes in and he's eager to get better every day, and he's a really good quarterback to play with.
Okay, folks, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Any questions for JQ?
Coach Stoops and obviously Zach and Cutter said they were scoring a lot of points today. They weren't scoring on you, were they?
Nah, they wasn't, man. But we all won, so they scored on us. They scored on me as well.
What were your maybe takeaways from the offense and defense finally going at it for the first time and really tackling and getting after it?
Yeah, I think we competed really well. I feel like on a defense standpoint, we have to get the ball on the ground more. We have to be more consistent in tackling. But I feel like that's normal with it being our first time going live, first time actually being able to take guys to the ground. But I feel like that's what we got to improve on as a defense for sure.
Who's the toughest receiver to match up against in main coverage?
I say they all different, man. They all have like different pros. You know, Jamoy Macklin is super elusive. Harley Gilmore is super quick. Fred Ferrier is very consistent in what he does too. So I say I got respect for all of them. I know when I compete with any of the receivers out here, I got to bring my A game, and anybody can make a play. So I always have to bring my A game, and they make me better as a player.
So after one scrimmage, how would you assess the defense? What did you guys do well, and what do you think you need to work on?
I think we did well eliminating explosives. Like I said, I feel like we have to do better just tackling, getting the ball carried on the ground. The first guy needs to get him on the ground. We shouldn't have to have 2-3 guys getting him down. We also have to eliminate leaky yardage, we say as coaches. So, like, just letting the ball carry fall forward. We have to come through and be more physical in our tackles.
JQ, I know the secondary, you guys didn't have the year you wanted last year, but Coach Stoops said earlier this week he thinks that can be a real strength for this team. What's the biggest difference in their
I say the camaraderie we have as a secondary. I feel like all the guys are very unified. We all know each other. It's like our second and third year playing with each other. With that Ty Bryant, my third year playing with him. Jordan Lovett, you got DJ Waller, Teron Nichols played a lot last year. So I feel like we all know each other. We're able to communicate with each other with just simple hand signals. Just like we kind of have chemistry now.
Obviously, last year when Max went down, that was not great for you guys, but how much did DJ and Teron and those guys benefit from kind of getting thrown in your fire?
Like you said, I feel like it benefited them really well to the point now when they're coming out here in these game scenarios, they're not like newcomers or rookies. They're kind of very veterans. They already know the system. And like I said, it just gave them kind of experience early a little bit.
Obviously today being your first time really taking down some of the running backs, some of the wide receivers. Who were some of the guys that were maybe a little bit harder to tackle than you thought?
Definitely JP, definitely Patterson, man. He had a great day today. Patterson looked great out there carrying the ball. And I say, like you said, man, he got a little something on him that I didn't know he had.
Did you speak on your defensive line? What did you see from them today?
They did a great job pursuing to the ball. I feel like the defensive line and our Coach Stoops gave the offense a couple passes that they let them get off, but I feel like the defensive line would have got sacked. So I think the defensive line did a great job today. They definitely did a great job pursuing to the ball.
About a week in, how are you guys, you personally, but also the rest of your team, feeling physically, mentally, as we get closer and closer to game day?
We're just growing confident. I feel like every practice we have, we're building confidence, like in the system and everything, but we're also getting better. We know we have a long way to go. We're not where we need to be for week one, and that's what these days of practice are for. We're going to get better every day and take advantage of them.
Everyone good?
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.